Somebody just walked by in the hall syncing real good when I was starting the live stream. There's a bunch of cars driving by outside synchronized. It's normal stuff. Just the regular, normal stuff. Just cars constantly driving by synchronized. That's normal. I saw Whitey drive through the intersection, and then the car started taking off out of the parking lot at the same time, and then it's driving forward as another Whitey is driving through the intersection. Backed up and then drove forward, synced with the other Whitey. And another car is going to drive by me as he synced. It's a black car and a black truck driving through the intersection, syncing with another car, and I think I heard a car honk at the same time. So that's normal. Hey guys. Don't all my videos just look normal? Just like regular things happening? Just like people just regularly going about their business normally? Isn't that what that looks like? That's what everyone says. Around me is that it looks normal. I'm imagining synchronizers. I'm like, my imagination is making ambulances make me synchronized every time that I'm recording and I see an ambulance. It's always doing something synchronized at a synchronized place, specifically synchronized looking, seemingly, from the point of view of the camera. But I'm imagining it every time. Or are you imagining that it's not synchronized? I don't know. I think it all looks regular though. I think it just looks like normal, regular things and it's not synchronized. I think you're right. Yep. Cause like it's just always happening every day, but like I'm hallucinating it, I guess. So even though it's on camera every time that I pull my camera out, it's every time on camera, non-stop every time. I'm just imagining it. You're right. I'm just imagining it 3,000 videos straight and off video every time I'm not recording too. Every time, all day. There's like a list of like 60 different things that I see that are always synchronized every time I see them, and like, but that's just my imagination though. Even though it's every time, and every time that I record, you can see it. It's every time. Like if I see a tail lift, it's gonna be meeting me at an intersection or something or a crosswalk, but it's just my imagination though. Every time on camera. Like if I see multiple tail lifts on one video, or multiple FedExes or garbage trucks or whatever, the list of 60 different things that I see synced every time. Cops, ambulances, etc. Any of these things, if I see multiple of them on one video, it's gonna be synced every time. But it's not synced though, it's just my imagination. Like I was seeing garbage trucks all day the other day at work, yesterday, and they all look synced, but this is my imagination though. Like there's a garbage truck driving in front of me, and then the garbage truck turns this way, and the mail truck turns this way, and both of those things are always synced, and they both did it at the exact same time as each other, and both of those things are always synced every time I see them, but it's always my imagination though, just every time. Even though I record it and you can see it, it's just my imagination. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Like I'm seeing these black and silver cars outside. They look perfectly synced with each other, but they're not. Somehow, even though they always look like that, they're not. Yeah, sorry guys. I guess I was thinking illogically, because I think that synced things are synced, but they're actually not, even though they look like it. So my bad. I've been a fool the whole time. I admit it. I've been a fool. I say that things look synced because they do actually, but it's just my imagination though. And I've just been, ignorant, because like it looks synced every time, but obviously it's not. So, like my water heater just turned on right now, right when I stopped talking, and obviously it's not synchronized because it's not. Even though every time it's doing it at a synchronized moment, it's obviously not synchronized. Like these two white SUVs just drove out at the same time as each other, at the same time as another car too, and it's not synchronized, clearly. Cause like, cause like 2 plus 2 does not equal 4, even though it looks like it does. And then you have two things, and then you have two other things, and when you put them together, and then you have 4 things. It looks like 2 plus 2 equals 4, but it actually doesn't. It's just an optical illusion. Good night. So my bad, y'all. All this time I've been like, oh, gang stalking exists. Gang stalking is real. And it's actually not, because like right now there's all these red and white cars outside right now. And they look perfectly synchronized with each other. But they're actually not. And then the next cars that come out in a minute, they're gonna look perfectly synchronized with each other. But they're not gonna be the... Because science or something. Because like... Because like, oh, there's this parade of cars, and the last whitey car in the back synced with the car door closing. And he drove out of sight. But it wasn't synced though, because it always is. But when I hear the engine sound, I think it's that car door that closed, the truck's taking off. I think. Some type of engine sound. And then, oh yeah, when I was leaving to go to the grocery store this morning, there was a cop, like right after I came out of my apartment. And a cop driving by me. At a perfectly synchronized looking place that wasn't synchronized, because it's not, because it's my imagination. It's like all these cars outside right now that look perfectly synchronized and that are the same color as each other, strategically synced looking, but it's not though, because it's my imagination somehow. Because my imagination just makes things happen that look synchronized on camera. Like my mental illness or my schizophrenia or my delusion, my paranoid delusion, or my what do they call it? Main character syndrome or whatever. My mental illness just makes things happen on camera. Like this telelift just synced with this car backing up out of the driveway right now, and it's a silver car, and there's a black car driving behind it in the background too, and the guy that walked by me was getting to the edge of the parking lot at the same time too. It was just all at the same time to each other. And then the silver car is synced with another black car, and it's not synced though, because I'm a schizo or something. Because I'm a schizo. When this guy walks up to his car and opens the door, there's engine sounds, and there's a bunch of cars, and there's the AC thing outside my apartment turning on all at the same time, and then he opens the door, and then he's sitting with his door open. I don't know if he's getting something out of his car, or walking back, or what. He's sitting with his door open there. He's a whitey coming in the parking lot. He's doing a U-turn, I guess, and driving back toward the red on the street. He got out of the car again, and then this red truck was driving through the intersection at the same time. And then the red truck synced with another truck. And then the guy walked is walking out of sight, synced with that truck, and then there's another truck driving out, synced with it. And then it looks synced with this whitey that synced with another whitey, and then all the guys walking back this way, I guess. Gonna walk by me again. Is something gonna happen right when he walks by me? There's these cars behind him synced as he's walking up. Walk up to. He's got one hand in his pocket. He's walking with one hand in his pocket. The entire way, he's walking with one hand in his pocket. The entire way. And I think he's synced with this whitey driving out, and then it's syncing with all these other cars driving out. And he walked by me with one hand in his pocket. Still with one hand in his pocket. The entire way. From his car all the way over there. And then there's a bunch of cars synced still. Like I'm talking. And then I got a frequency shot in my ear last night that was like really intense. And then I think there was just a really minor one a second ago. That's why I said that. It's like barely noticeable that time. But last night though, it was really intense. Yeah. But that's just my imagination though. Alright guys. Yeah. Yeah. I see more cars synced. This truck with a trailer that was synced. With the cars that were synced. It's just a thing that I see all the time, is trucks with trailers, and then usually they have something. He didn't have anything on the trailer. But like, I think I saw this yesterday. The trucks with the trailers, they'll drive over bumps in the street synced. So like, the trailer makes the. They drive over the bump in the street. Hold on, I see the UPS. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's dropping off package. You gonna do the same? But yeah, the trucks with the trailers, they'll drive over bumps. Like as I'm like, they'll drive by me synced, and they'll drive up the street. And then like as I'm walking by a crosswalk, they'll be like. It's like they know where all the bumps and potholes are in the street, and they just like have them drive to that place strategically, or strategic speed, so they drive over it synced or whatever. The eagle eye bot is like drive 30 miles an hour, and then you're like. Like this one truck with a trailer did that the other day, like drove by me doing that. Right when he drove by me, he did that. And then he like drove up the street ahead of me and did it again, synced. They love to do their. kids skateboarding synced, like I've said before. Like one day there was these kids skateboarding synced, and they were like doing skateboard tricks synced. Like I would hear the board like flip, like they're doing a kickflip or whatever, and they're doing it at a synced moment. It's like at a synced moment. And then they're like talking synced too and whatever. My refrigerator just went, and there was a bunch of cars outside that were synced. And a plane flew over this morning that I think was a stalker, maybe. I didn't look out my window to see where it was. He sounded close with a stalker. But there was one night though where these helicopters were like flying by, like nearby, and like they would just like fly by, and then they would fly. I think they like flew back the other way or something. And it was like they were like inching closer though. Like every time they fly by, they're like a little bit closer to my apartment, and then they flew over my apartment. So sometimes I don't know if it's a stalker or not, like if they're like nearby. Sometimes I don't know if it's a stalker. But it might not be a stalker sometimes. But usually it is a stalker though, so just don't know. But these engine sounds outside of here right now, I think they're stalkers, but I don't know. Definitely the cars that I'm seeing are stalkers. I see those stalkers. They're the stalkers. The stalkers. I mean, the imagination skits hallucinations. Hallucinations. Whatever. Like it's a hallucination. Like I walk around and I record, and it's just no cars on the street, right? Like when you watch my videos, it's just an empty street, right? Or is there ambulances at intersections and tail lifts at intersections and stuff? Because to me, that's what I see. But what do you see when you watch my videos? Is it an empty street and there's just a tumbleweed rolling across the street? And I'm just hallucinating it? Or what? Let me know in the comment section below, what do you see when you watch my videos? Do you see synced things happening, or do you see cars at all? Or is it just an empty street? Let's start there. Do you see the cars? Are they there? Okay. If yes, okay. Do you see that they are all doing strategically synced things with color patterns and the same colored cars pulling up, like 2 or 3 or 4 tan cars pulling up all at once? It's like a tan car at each side of the intersection all pulling up at once to it at the same time that I walk up to it. You see things like that happening every time I record? Because to me, that's what I would see, and when I watch the video back, it's what I see. So, what do you see? Let me know in the comment section below. These people tell me I'm hallucinating, but am I? Am I really though? I can see a bunch of black and silver cars right now. And they all sync to each other. I'm just hallucinating.